with people who could not attend today. So welcome everyone. I am Dr. Rodriguez from the Student Transition Programs Office. So I oversee Orientation Welcome Week and a host of other programs throughout the academic year that help students transition from one stage to another. And I am so happy to have invited two lovely ladies to the program, Dr. Johnson and Natisha. Dr. Johnson is from the Academic Achievement Program, and Natisha Peterson is from the Career Education and Development Office. Now I'll go ahead and give the microphone to them so that they can introduce themselves, their office, their services, and we can jump right into the program.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my area as well as why it's important for us to be having these conversations. So as Dr. Rodriguez mentioned, I am the Interim Director of Academic Achievement Programs here at Stockton. And what we focus on is the engagement of students of color in high impact practices, specifically to start to bridge equity gaps as it relates to retention and other academic achievement outcomes. So what does all that mean, basically? So if you are a student of color, if you're first gen, if you are low income, if you are anything but a white student who is in the middle class, oftentimes what the data indicates is that you are less likely to engage in high impact practices, such as internships, right? And why is that problematic? Because these types of programs are actually linked to higher achievement and higher retention rates, right? So my office is focused on getting you all to recognize the importance of engaging in programs like HIPs and opportunities such as internships so that you can start to enhance your retention rates, enhance your grade point averages, and your overall academic outcomes. So I'm excited that you all found this topic important enough to be here this afternoon. And I always say quality over quantity. So I'm happy that we have a intimate group that we can, really delve into what you guys are interested about as it relates to internships.
Hello, everyone. My name is Natisha Peterson. I am an assistant director in the Career Education and Development Office. And a little bit about our office. I think sometimes a lot of students forget that we're even there and don't take advantage of the resources that we have. And I think sometimes students forget the end result of obtaining their, additional education as far as their degree. The end result is to form your career and start your process in entering the workforce. And that's primarily the purpose of our office, is to help you with that process from day one as a freshman. And even fortunately for you, even as an alumni, you have the opportunity to utilize our office's resources. And those resources are diverse, anywhere from what to do with your major to writing a resume, interviewing, helping you with internships. It's a lot of facets of what we can do in order to assist you during your academic journey and beyond. So that's just a little bit about us and what we do. So I encourage you, if you have not already done so, to get to know some of us in the office and visit us and take advantage of the resources that we have.
Now, we do have a little fun activity, which will help you learn a little bit more about internships and some stats that we were able to pull. And Natisha is actually pulling up that Kahoot now. And so if you are familiar with Kahoot, good for you. So get your phones out for this quick activity. And you'll have to log into kahoot.it. So pull up kahoot.it on your in your web browser on your phones, because then you'll get the code so you can sign in with a nickname.
And this is the fun part. So we certainly want to see you and hear from you. So if you want to turn your cameras on and talk back to us while you interact with this Kahoot, We would love to have you.
So you should all see my screen now. So enter the PIN number.
Awesome. We have a couple of people. We have the two panelists on. Hopefully the
Right.
All right, we got another who joined us. Nice, Maya. I'm happy you were
Hi,
able
Maya.
to join. I saw you were listening in. All right. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, is that our?
Yeah, I think that is, let's see, when you look at the participants, how many participants? I can't even see.
12 participants.
Okay.
I know there's one that's still trying to join, so we should have an 8th in just a minute.
Okay. There it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to begin. So a little internship Q&A. National Intern Day is on what date?
Three people are struggling with the answer to this. You better
Who
hurry up.
knew there was a National Internship Day?
I didn't even know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Nice.
Okay, we have a few people that got it right. The upcoming year, it will be on July 29th of 2021. So it actually exists.
What is
Was
it?
that a guess,
What is it
y'all?
called?
So National Intern Day, again, from doing some research, is just a day that they have acknowledged, you know, for those who have partaken in some type of internship, they acknowledge an intern, just like they have like Donut Day or something, like something creative to acknowledge that particular day. So, but it, like I said, it is real and it does exist. So now you know.
Okay.
Next question. So what is the number 2 deciding factor when choosing an internship?
I know students are struggling with money, so I assume they're going to choose pay.
Lucky there we go.
Okay, so correct for that one person. Pay is the number 2 deciding factor. However, the number 1 deciding factor when choosing an internship is the corporate culture. That's most important to students to find out what is a good fit for them. Does it match their major and their career endeavors? And are they really getting that support of getting experience as opposed to just, you know, running errands or getting coffee, so to speak. So that's the number 1 thing.
Okay.
Also, location is important. You know, you want to decide where you're going to conduct that internship. Is it going to be somewhere near campus if you're taking it during the fall or the spring semesters, or if you're going home for the summer? The location would also be important. And then academic credits. Are you going to do the internship to receive academic credits, or is this something going to be simply for experience only? So good job to the one person that got that right. Next.
Shout out to Dominique who got it right.
Okay.
No, unfortunately not. I picked corporate culture.
What percentage of students who had an internship prior to graduation received a job offer?
This is a good one for y'all to pay attention to now. All
This is really important.
Okay. Got a few people, 2 people. So the answer is obviously 57%. So that's more than half of students who had an internship receive an offer after it. And it's really important because not only is it a resume building experience to put on your resume, but oftentimes it does lead to an actual full-time position. And if it doesn't with that actual employer that you interned with, it's also good that they may be a reference for you for another job. So obviously the data shows that the more people who have an internship, the better off it increases their chances at receiving job offers after graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that tell you? You better get an internship before you graduate.
I'm gonna get you one. The alumni tell you.
Yeah. What percentage of bachelor level first generation students participated in an internship? Okay, 47% participated, which is very close to that 50% mark as well. And as Dr. Johnson was saying, you know, the underrepresented students sometimes, you know, have more challenges with their post-graduation and just finishing in general, but then, you know, being prepared with the workforce. So that is actually, I feel, a great number that our first gen students are participating in internship opportunities.
Who in here is a first generation student? Anyone?
I'm a first generation student.
Okay.
Same here.
All right, too.
Okay. Love it.
All right, Angel has the lead right now. So 4/5 of students who had an internship said that their blank and blank were extremely improved. So what 2 skills or things were improved?
That's a good one.
I know this is a hard one.
Yeah, you would think all of them.
So yeah, congrats to the person who got that right. Professionalism and their work ethic was improved by doing an internship. Obviously, you know, you have to write a resume, a cover letter for the internship in order to apply. So that's important. I'm hoping that you learn and grow from that. But overall, your professionalism and your work ethic, because you actually are having hands-on experience in doing the internship and learning a lot from those who have more skin in the game, so to speak, and hopefully have some, you know, maybe be a mentor to you during your internship experience and you're able to learn from those seasoned professionals. .8% of students surveyed found their internships through they found it through professional networking. So I don't know if you guys heard the term before. It's not who you know, it's not what you know, but who you know. It's so very true. So networking is everything. And even as an undergraduate student, I encourage you to do networking, even by coming to career fairs that the Career Education Development Office has. Even as an undergraduate, I say mostly seniors typically go to career fairs, but even as a freshman, sophomore, junior, start going and attending one of our career fairs just to start the networking process and identify some of those employers to connect with for internship opportunities. So another way to find internships would be a career fair. About 11.1% of individuals find their internship through a career fair. And then, 9%. Company website, 11.1% is how an individual would find their internship. So all resourceful ways of finding your internship, but the most effective is professional networking.
Nice. You know what I heard someone say the other day, Natisha? It's not what you know, but it's who you know that can talk about what you know. So I thought that was a nice spin because listen, you want to be able to demonstrate your skill set and your knowledge base to people who are in influential spaces who can really talk about how amazing you are.
Absolutely. Which is not a deciding factor when choosing an internship?
Well, we know what it's not.
Okay, tuition reimbursement. Although it sounds nice, tuition reimbursement is more so for when you are hired, part-time or full-time. That does not come into play during the internship process. So hopefully you will earn that full-time job. And then at that point, you would discuss, the benefits of working there, possibly being tuition reimbursement. As a general rule, when should you apply for an internship? Okay, most of you got that right. 6 months prior to your start date is when you should start looking into and applying for your internship. Don't wait till your senior year to do so. It's not the start of the semester, spring semester in January. It's pretty much one full semester or approximately 6 months prior to when you plan on doing that actual internship. So it's a lot of preparation and work involved. So you need to get a head start with that. Which is not a benefit of doing an internship. Okay, I was hoping everyone got that answer correct. So obviously you're not there to meet your significant other. The benefit of doing an internship is to build a strong resume. As I mentioned earlier, secure some good references from the people that you're working with and kind of help you guide your career goals. I share with a lot of students, sometimes internships are going to help you learn and solidify, is this really the career field I want to pursue? Or for some, it may solidify that this is absolutely not for me. And their internship experience is the time to figure that out. So good job. Okay, our last question. An internship is a form of Okay, absolutely. The answer is experiential learning. You have the opportunity to take all of the things that you've learned in the classroom and apply it hands-on in a real workforce setting. So, hopefully you guys all have the opportunity to have internships during your undergraduate experiences. So let's see.
Oh, I thought Angel was gonna win.
Okay, Kat. Big surprise there.
Yes, that's a great transition. Thank you so much, Natisha, and congratulations to the 3 winners. But you all are winners. I would like to go in and ask the panelists. So we've invited alumni and some students on to talk about their experience with their internships. So if you can all, in like maybe in 1 minute, speak about how you navigated to find your internship and how you benefited from the internship. We can start with Catherine since she was the winner.
Okay. Hi everybody. I'm Catherine. So first of all, I was an intern at the Student Transition Program. How did I get my internship? It was a really long story because I actually wasn't looking for it, specifically that one. But I wanted to work in crisis intervention, and I don't know if you guys know about a Vanzar. So I was initially going with them. They're a domestic violence shelter. No, well, not shelter, but like they deal with domestic violence. And I wanted to do with them, but sadly they were kind of unorganized. And I did do like prior a whole like semester, but I constantly had to push them. And at the end, when I needed to have everything ready, they just weren't ready. And so my professor was just worried because I needed to get all the hours in. So she was just telling me, I think it's a good time to just move on to a next option. And so I still wanted to stay in crisis intervention. I went for Center for Family Services, and that didn't go well either. So I eventually started asking every professor around if they knew somebody, a professor that was taking somebody in. And then I stumbled across a counselor from the counseling center. And she was telling me that she knew a couple people who could possibly be interested in taking me. And then I eventually found Student for Transition Program. So that's how.
And how have you benefited from the, even though it wasn't what you wanted initially, how did you benefit from the internship?
As it was just, it gave me another, besides crisis intervention, I did have like a thing for like being in the college setting. And I knew I was interested in it, but I didn't have planned to like experience it yet because I was so focused on something that I actually like really wanted. And now that I did like the experience, I was like, now this new area got like solidified. And now I'm like, maybe what I thought I wanted isn't probably what I really wanted. And I like this new area. And maybe crisis intervention isn't completely out, but now I have this new like door open that I am very like open to like going to and discovering. And so that's how it benefited me.
And she forgot to mention that I also wrote her about 10 recommendations for graduate school.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
And her personal statement as well. So you build connections and relationships with the people who supervise you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Catherine. So what about yourself? How did you navigate to find an internship and how did you benefit?
So I found my internship, the off-campus one for the Greater Atlantic City Chamber of Commerce. It was actually sent out in an email from the Career Center at Stockton. And I think our program coordinator forwarded it to our program, the Comm Studies program. So I applied for it. It was a public relations and social media internship, which is everything that I really wanted to work with. And thankfully, I applied and interviewed, and I was able to get the position. And then I've also done an on-campus internship, which is for the Stockton Comm Studies social media program. So it was on campus with Professor Toby Rosenthal. So that I also found through emails. And I think when you check your email, your Stockton email every day, you can find opportunities like that. Able to get those.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alexa. You started freezing at the end, but that's a great tip to read your emails.
I did want to say too, with the off-campus internships, you can really get a lot of experience that you wouldn't get on campus necessarily. And on campus, it's great because you can experiment and have the support of your professors, and you know that it's better to pitch ideas, and you have more of a comfort zone there, which is really nice to have when you're still learning.
Thank you. And last but not least, is it Latasia? Am I saying that correctly?
Latasha.
Latasha.
Yes. So hi, everyone. So for those who mentioned being first generation, I am a first generation. Graduated from Stockton last May with my MBA, and in 2018 with my BS in business management. And I did, my program it's very, very different. So my internship kind of came in the limbo of ending undergrad and going into grad. And I did it on campus. I interned with the Atlantic City operations team during the first year of them operating. And I found it through, of course, the networking, but I was already their grad coordinator. And knowing what I wanted to do after graduating kind of helped me lead that conversation with the two people above me. So one of them being a cabinet member, the other one knowing people, and just kind of having them, like they said, have people who know you and they can talk about what I can do. So since I was already working for them, they kind of already laid it out for all of the people who had to process the paperwork, give me the okay to actually intern with them, do the extra hours. And my coordinator was John Boyle, who works in the business department. And everything which is relatively smooth. And going into my full-time job now, it has literally kind of set me apart, not necessarily from the people who were already working there because I'm one of the newer members, but I was in the office for about 3 weeks and then COVID hit. And I've been working from home ever since at a brand new position, being in a brand new place, a whole brand new culture. So having that internship along with knowing how to speak to people, knowing how to navigate different environments, not being afraid to talk to people higher up, which is something that a lot of undergrad students, like they don't say it, but I know you felt it because I felt it. Like I don't want to just walk up to a person in a suit and I'm in sweatpants and kind of ask them like, how do I do something? But it has definitely allowed me to put myself out there, ask those questions. When we're on a Zoom call, we're having a seed staff meeting, and I'm like, but I don't know, what this is, or can you let this person know this for me because you'll be in this room with them, you'll be at that table for them. So my internship definitely allowed me to, for the most part, market myself a little bit more. It gave me that extra boost of confidence that I needed when going out into the workforce.
Wow, that was really good. Thank you to all the panelists who contributed. So this was really a brief program that we wanted to just kind of tease you so that way you know who to contact if you want to learn more about internships or if you want some additional advice. Our facilitators will actually put their emails into the chat box. In addition to that, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them at this moment. But while we wait to see if there are any questions, I am going to drop a survey link in the chat feature. So that way you can give us feedback and rate today's program so we can provide you with additional programs like this. Are there any questions before we close out? And as we wait for questions, would the facilitators like to provide any final remarks?
Sure. I'm actually going to briefly share in 2 minutes as we close out 2 statistics to hopefully cement some of what we're talking about. So for the students who share that they are first gen, for those of you who are students of color, I mentioned in my introduction that we often see decreased engagement in high impact practices among students of color. So the fact is, we are coming to college at higher rates. So this graph is showing you that Black students and Latinx students are enrolling in college at higher rates, right? So that's going up. However, if you look at this second graph, it is very disheartening to see that we are simply not graduating, not succeeding at the same rates as our counterparts. So what you're seeing here is that within 4 years, only 21% of African-American students graduated compared to 45%. And only 32% of Latinx students graduated compared to 45%. High impact practices such as internships that we're talking about today is what's going to help you get to graduation. It's what's going to help you stay here, make your way to graduation. And beyond that, it's what's going to help you be successful even after graduating. So I just wanted to end with those two quick slides just to show you guys what we're talking about is real, and it is truly important for you to take advantage of these opportunities.
I just want to add really quickly that there is a distinction between academic versus non-academic internships. And I feel that, a lot of students don't know that there are differences. With the academic internships, there is a formal process. In order for you to earn those credits, there is a internship course or class that you have to take. And there's paperwork that has to be filled out and has to be approved in order for you to work with that particular employer. So, we do have an academic internship office that is being conducted by or managed by academic affairs that will assist you with that. And if you're not sure, you can always come to the Career Education and Development Office. We don't deal with academic internships, but we can still, refer you or lead you in the right direction. And a lot of times those non-academic internships are posted on our job board, which is Handshake. We encourage employers to post their opportunities through Handshake to our students as well as alumni students. So just keeping that in mind. And also, lastly, I think that you have to be proactive. And I think Latasha touched on that, even Alexa and Catherine, all their experiences of reaching out to people, professors, whomever, even neighbors and friends who may know of some internship opportunities. We do not have a list of internships in our office in a book where students can choose from. So you do have to do your due diligence in finding some potential opportunities for internships. But again, we're here as a resource to help you when you come to that point in looking to find an internship.
I have a question.
Sure.
Sorry. I'm Kathy. I know my screen says Catherine, but I prefer to go by the name of Kathy. Just so we don't get the two other ones confused, the other Catherine. I want to say I apologize for coming in later. I currently am driving on the road, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity. One of the questions that I had was how, I'm a freshman right now, and I am interested in wanting to apply to a certain internship that, I'm subjected to psychology, but I'm not sure whether or not that's really my realm. So as a freshman, am I still able to find internships that will accept me at such a early stage in my, career?
Absolutely. I encourage people as early as their freshman year, and hopefully to at least have one, but even more than one is encouraged. Typically, the academic internships, meaning the internships that you receive and earn credit for, those might have some criteria where you have to have a number of credits prior to taking the internship class. So those are typically targeted for upperclassmen students. However, even as a freshman or even a sophomore, second year student, you can still do an internship for experience. And hopefully, that internship for experience can be a paid internship. I think that is also a misconception that if you're either doing it for credit or even just for experience, that it can't be paid. There are times where that employer has funding where they do pay their interns. It's not it's not guaranteed and not everyone offers it, but it is an option that you can have a paid internship.
I have a question too, if you don't mind.
Shane, 1 second. Kathy, ironically, Catherine was a psych major, and she was in, the intern for my office. And my current intern now is also a psych major as well. Just an FYI. Shane, you can go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Shane. I'm a business finance major right now, and I've been looking at internships and stuff on Handshake. Now, a lot of the good internships that are located up in either North Jersey or New York. So what advice would you give to someone like in my situation or in my shoes, if like you can't, you necessarily can't go all the way out there just to work and do the internship and get the experience and stuff you need? What advice would you give someone to like me?
I mean, I do feel that there are internships in business finance in South Jersey and Central Jersey area. I mean, I know we work with, Brigada, for example. They just don't have internships for the hospitality and restaurant management. They have a business and finance department there, so there are different employers in the area, depending on your location. Where do you live? You're on campus. Do you live on campus near Galloway? Is it something that you would want to find near campus?
No, I actually live in like AC, and I'm aware that a lot of the casinos, I did security for like almost like 4 years in the casino. So I'm very aware that the finance department or whatever, but they're not really like good as the ones up there that that's provided in like North Jersey or Philly or New York, so that's why I was just asking, because you want to try to get into the big companies or the big corporations, and just by building your resume up and having like a finance or whatever, even a little experience in it, but they're going to look at where you came from or whatever, and a lot of times they don't take in a lot of people like such as myself. So like that's why I was referring to in terms of internships and stuff down here in South Jersey or up in North Jersey.
No, I agree with that. I do think you hit it on the nose. Most of the financial institutions, for the most part, and the corporate offices are in city environments, such as Philadelphia or New York City. Even going up a little further from Atlantic County, even in Camden County, Burlington County, in the Cherry Hill area, Marlton, there are a lot of financial companies. I worked in the field at one point as an HR recruiter, so I know. Canon Financial Services, they have internships opportunities in the summer. They're out of Mount Laurel. So you may have to think about if it's feasible for you to travel and maybe doing it during the summertime, a summer internship, and going up further north in Camden County or Burlington County or even Philadelphia.
Okay, thank you. I think that's what I needed to hear.
Okay.
I'm glad that was helpful, Shane. I want to note, Kathy, I also teach within the psych department, and I wanted to share that a lot of the opportunities that will be shared like via their website may be geared more towards research and things of that nature. But as Catherine, I think, was saying, if you talk to the professors, they're the ones that will be able to identify those opportunities for you. So unfortunately, what's publicized most of the time is undergraduate research opportunities, but that doesn't mean that there aren't internship opportunities that are hidden that you have to go seek out. So it seems like a really common theme here is that you need to do your due diligence, as was stated, and really go find this information. But if you are interested in undergrad research, which is a whole other high impact practice, that's definitely information you can find on the psych website. They're listed by faculty and the types of research opportunities that are open to you.
I have a follow-up to that, to what you just said. Thank you for the information.
Sure.
It would be appropriate to reach out to a professor, because I have a professor next semester who I will be, because I have my Into the Psych class next semester. Would it be appropriate to reach now, or should I wait until once I'm embedded into the classroom to, and to build that connection like physically, because we're going to be meeting person to person too?
Yes, you absolutely can. I actually encourage you to do so. Professors, staff members, admin, we love to see students who take initiative. right? So there is definitely nothing that will reflect negatively on you for you to reach out before meeting her. That if anything, that will work to your advantage.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow. That was a wonderful conversation. It sounds like you got a lot of your questions answered. Again, you know where to find us if you have additional questions. We're going to close out. Again, there is a survey. Please don't forget to fill that out. Thank you so much to the facilitators. Thank you so much to the panelists who came out today. And thank you so much to the students who joined us today. I hope everyone has a great night.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed night too.
All right, you too.
Oh,
Thank
you.
you.